ABC.
That cell is really going to move across the metro in the next couple of minutes here.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Tom. Rachel and I are here watching it very closely. That's a wild live shot there. And we've seen some high water spots on I-45, the feeder up near Hogan, I believe, and a couple of other spots as well. Catherine's going to update us on that. Right now on radar, we're also seeing heavy rainfall, again, as you can see there just on your screen. And if we have a chance to flip the boxes and make the radar the big one, thank you guys for that. I know we're going through a lot of sources right now. Flash flood warning continues through 9:45 a.m. That's for Fort Bend County, down towards Matagorda, Wharton, and Brazoria counties. Over just about 100,000 people affected in those cells. Indeed, the heavier rain is now what's coming into the metro. Awesome, you got us, thank you. And this is what we're seeing. And Rachel, I know you just pinged up a spot in West University that saw 2 inches in the past hour. Is that right?
Yes, it was actually the last 6 hour total.
Okay.
Let me see what I can get the last hour.
But the bulk of that, yeah, in the last hour and a half. So this is now heavier rain bands moving in. And we just spoke with Chief Meteorologist Travis Herzog as well. We're all discussing this. It looks like this is a weird anomaly where the radar underestimates the deep tropical moisture. This is actually heavier rain than radar showing right there. So you see the yellows on radar, you see some reds. Technically, this would be more orange and red all across the board. This is pretty heavy rainfall. The radar can underestimate it when you have such deep tropical moisture like we do. So already we're seeing potentially conditions that might give us a flash flood warning for Harris County, I would say within the next hour to 2 hours. So watch carefully, certainly low spots. It looks like heavy rain now moving into southern sides of the metro. Let me circle those spots. And do you have any more details to add to that there, Rachel?
Well, I wanted to talk a little bit more on that flash flood warning. So some of the cities that it includes is Wharton, over just north of Bay City and over towards Rosenberg. And some of these areas have already seen over 6 inches of rainfall. It could even be possible that they've seen up to 10 inches already in some localized areas. So that area right now is of our main concern. But just like we were saying already in Houston, we've seen anywhere from an inch to even over 2 inches. So it's as this rain continues to pile on, we're just going to continue to see more issues. And we're already seeing it out on the roadways. And know that if you are going to be trying to get out today, that you will be encountering probably a good bit of traffic, one caused by some of those low-lying spots from some of that flooding, but also visibility. It is greatly reduced if you do get caught in even this moderate rain. And it does look like we will continue to see this at least throughout the rest of this morning. It looks like maybe later in the afternoon we could start to see some of this taper off, but kind of expect to see this rain throughout much of the day today.
Well, and one of the things I want to look at, I am seeing totals that could be up to 4 to 5 inches already just this morning in parts of Fort Bend and Wharton counties, which is concerning. Like we talked about, if you've already seen 4 or 5 inches in the last 2-3 hours, that's a ton of rainfall. Again, that's all coming then in towards Metro Houston. And this is kind of one of those sleeper risks where it seems like we've kind of been lulled to sleep with more moderate rainfall, but the heavier bands are just now starting to move in as well. And like what we saw from those tower cameras earlier, some of those shots were, we saw the water on the feeder roads. Okay, so yes, you're exactly right. And I want to double check this. Down towards, it looks like Markham and Blessing, some of these towns have seen very high rainfall amounts. In excess of 3, 4, 5 inches of rain already. Okay, so we're coming up on the GMA cut-in, right? Is that correct? Okay, so I'll just talk through it. Let me know when we do it. Okay, 1 minute away, and we're going to stay live on these streams so you guys have us here. And I'm also going to do a good Morning America cut-in here that's about 15 seconds. So you're going to get both of these on here real quick. Let's pull up rainfall total. Let's see if we can find more rainfall totals for Wharton County, too. I want to show that. And we'll take the tower camera. That looks... heavy rain still falling Memorial there, so we're watching that. And then we'll go to Catherine when she's ready after this. So let's find her there. Okay, 30 seconds away. Thank you for joining us on the stream. We're going to keep the stream going right up until almost 9 o'clock. Again, they've extended the high risk of flash flooding to include Houston. The Weather Prediction Center is pretty careful with this, so we'll see if that pans out. All right, cut incoming. All right, good morning. Still watching flash flood watch in effect until this evening. A flash flood warning continues for our southwestern counties, including Fort Bend. Heavy rain now moving into the metro. We are live on Facebook and on your app. Download now and go check in. All right, we're back streaming now on digital and on social media. So I am seeing totals up to almost 3 inches over southwestern sides of the metro now. What else are you seeing? And I also want to pull up some comments here so we can start reading and going through these and helping you guys. Again, about 1.5 thousand of you on here. If you would react to this so we have record of you being here. Okay, seeing you guys now. All right, so Missouri City and Fondren is real bad rain. We're flooding. What else are you seeing here?
I saw one on Tomball. Looks like you're getting some light to moderate rainfall. Looks like that moderate rain could continue, though. So just moderate rain at the moment.
Yeah, water already coming in the garage in Wharton. Diana, thank you for that.
That's one of our main areas of concern right now, the Wharton area under that flash flood warning. And that's some of those areas that could have seen already over 6 inches of rain.
Right. And again, this is one of the reasons this was not overplayed. Last night, David Tillman came on and he told you 3 to 6 inches, isolated spots could see up to 10. He was exactly right. Got to hand it to him. And they were on this last couple of days. I know you guys have been working hard. I've had a few days off. As soon as I come back to Houston, no break in the weather drama here in terms of rain now picking up. Rachel, I want to take your attention too. Do you see these bands setting up further down to the south, talking Brazoria County down towards Palacios and Matagorda?
Yeah, so you can see right there what he's pointing at is right along the coast. And actually the coast is one of our main areas of concern today because it does look like y'all are just going to continuously see this rain throughout much of this morning. So I would not be surprised if we do start to see some of that flooding happening closer to our coastal areas.
Exactly right. All right, pouring in Pasadena off Red Bluff. Annie, thank you for that. What about West Road on I think she meant 45 north. 45 northbound is going to see more. The North Freeway, the East X Freeway, and the East Freeway are going to see more rain pick up now. It's right along I-10, moving north into Harris County now. Is that band above Wharton coming towards Katy? That's a good question. I do think Katy's going to see more rain, absolutely. Parts of the western side of these storms in Fort Bend County will impact Waller County. Do I have to go to work, Ramon? You can tell him meteorologist said you don't have to.
It's probably going to take you longer. So
put it on me.
Okay,
include me. Be careful. If you're in the flash flood warning, you certainly have an excuse. All right, now Spring Branch. Let's see. How's Webster? If you want to take spring, more rain moving into spring as well. I'll let you answer some of these.
Yeah, and over towards spring, it's actually moving in from the south. So we do have some moderate rainfall in spring. That's also including portions of Tomball, and that extends all the way down from 45 down into Houston. Now for the Woodlands, y'all are just seeing some light rain at the moment. So it looks like the heaviest rainfall is actually falling right over the Houston area and then over off towards, over down towards the southwest.
Where is she? Let's take. Okay, let's take Catherine Marchand live now. She's live on the Beltway. Catherine, where are you? What are you seeing right now?
Hey, good morning. So we are on the Beltway. We are about to approach 45, so we're headed south right now, and we're headed towards Fort Bend County. So let me just show you what we're seeing outside. Rain pretty heavy out here. It is not quite as heavy as what we saw earlier this morning. We've pretty much been all over East Harris County. We started on I-10 where there was a jackknife tractor trailer, and it was on I-10 East blocking all of the westbound lanes, so all of the lanes headed into Houston. That has since been cleared, but it did cause some major delays. And when we were out there, the rain sort of lessened throughout the morning, but we did notice that it started to get windier. That was right around the San Jacinto River. But we are hearing that there are some issues in Fort Bend County. You guys have been talking about it this morning. So we are headed out that way, and we'll let you know what we find out.
Thank you, Catherine. All right, we are seeing some slick roads on the Beltway as well, and that is a big, big problem. Yeah. Yes, I know that. It's heavy rain causing problems all over the viewing area, and we're seeing multiple high water spots this morning. There are problems all morning long at 288 and Southmore. Again, we saw those problems at 59 and the West Loop. Cars going through water that look to be maybe a foot deep. Catherine Whaley's been updating us all morning long on the traffic. So where are the real trouble spots right now, Catherine?
Yeah, well, right now, Tom, those real trouble spots, 610 West Loop and 59, that interchange already so incredibly congested this time in the morning. And now with that ramp completely out of commission, traffic in that area is forced to go through on 59 instead of taking that 610 interchange ramp. Also, Spur 5 at I-45, that's where we're also seeing those low-lying areas collecting water on the ride into town. So our map really tells a story here. Even though we're not seeing a ton of high water spots, we're still seeing a lot of that heavy rain coming down. We can hear it here at the station, and you can likely hear it as well if you're traveling out and about. So I want to give you a look right now live at our TransStar cameras. This is the West Park Tollway camera looking at down onto the interchange between 59 and 610. And as you can see, traffic is stopped and not really able to move through here. You saw from that earlier live shot how water had collected on the ramp lane from 59 going on to 610. That is keeping drivers from heading through that area. Let's take you over here to 45 North at Hogan because I wanted to show you some improvement. You know, in some areas, we're actually seeing some water starting to drain out, and that's right here on 45 North at the I-45 I-10 interchange. Traffic now able to get by northbound at I-10 when about an hour ago it was not nearly completely blocked off. On 288 at Airport, we've got slowdowns here with some flashing lights. This appears to be an accident, but traffic is getting through on the freeway main lanes. Just a messy, sloppy morning drive coming in on 288. And as we saw earlier this morning, had some issues with flooding due to a storm drain that was clogged up. A worker was able to clear that drain, and that really helped the situation there. But a reminder to everybody during these rain events, always a good idea before we get the heavy rain to clear out those storm drains, even in your own neighborhood, before we see that rain beginning to collect. On 45 at Lockwood, flashing lights here on the inbound side. Traffic, though, is getting through. It is a slow crawl for drivers heading through town. Checking in on drive times. These values, though, you'll definitely want to add another 10 to 15 or even 20 minutes onto them. You want to accommodate for the slick conditions and potentially dangerous conditions on the roadway. Coming in from 45 North from the Woodlands, no problems here with flooding on the freeway itself. We do have a close eye on the feeder roads on 45 because those tend to collect water when we see a lot of heavy rainfall at one time. We'll be sure to give you an update on that coming up here in a few minutes.
All right, Catherine, you want to get the weather app that we have, our ABC 13 app. It will bring the weather conditions and all the traffic conditions right to your smartphone. Again, Rachel and Colin are checking the forecast right there. And on the right, you see that Mega Doppler 13 radar. It's still pretty darn busy, the two of you, isn't it?
Yep, it certainly is. Hey, Briars and Myers for short, if you ever need us.
There you go.
I've heard
we
that
should
before.
Start a band.
I know, Briars and Myers. All right, just got a report just in, and this is actually pretty serious, and you caught this. Jeff Lindner just tweeted, and this is just coming from the LCRA Gauge Network. That goes up to Austin. That's the Lower Colorado River Authority. Down near Wharton and El Campo, I'm zooming in here. This is that heavy band that's now moving into the metro. They reported 9.25 inches down to 8.5 inches, so between 8.5 to 9.25 inches between Needville and El Campo just from this morning. Almost 10 inches of rainfall in 3 to 4 hours since we started this morning, earlier this morning. Again, that's down to the south and west. So if you're in El Campo and Wharton, for the most part, you're kind of seeing weaker showers now. But what concerns me, these are the bands of storms now moving into the metro. So again, it's exactly as we thought earlier. Radar is underestimating how much rain is falling. I'm having a hard time believing 10 inches of rain has already fallen from this particular line of cells. Again, that is now turning in towards the metro. See these bands now setting up? So let me know what you're thinking as far as the leading edge of that. It looks like the bands, as you see on rotation there, moving through this. Those bands are now picking up and pulling right into Harris County.
Yeah, and something else, too. I think we got a few reports, especially down where we are looking at that flash flood warning. So down near the Wharton area, we've also had a few reports of people saying that the water is getting very close to their homes at this point. So definitely dealing with some flooding issues down there. And right now, it does look like some of that heavy rain is trying to make its way over towards Katy. So Katy might get caught in some of this moderate heavy rainfall very soon.
All right, Amanda's asking, do we have an idea about tomorrow morning? I think we get some brief breaks, I think scattered, and we just found this. Strong thunderstorms. There's actually a pretty good severe risk for tomorrow in the afternoon. Those will be more isolated storms, less of a flooding threat. Unless you've already seen a bunch of rain, those will be more of a damaging hail, damaging wind threat out of the storms tomorrow. It looks like they could be pretty strong.
Well, and something else I want to show, too, to give people a little bit of a better idea, if we can pull up our future track. Because
I think that's a good idea.
This is going to be a pretty rainy morning. This is not going to end in the next hour or so. It looks like it's going to continue continue. You can see there that's at around 11 a.m. So you still see a wide swath of rainfall. And it looks like we're going to continue to see that heavy rain, especially near the coast as we push into the early afternoon. And we might start to see it break up as we head into this evening. So you see it's scattered still, but not quite as widespread.
And then there later this evening, as you see around 8, 9 o'clock, Future Track has continued to try to put an isolated cell, as you're seeing there, up in parts of Harris or Montgomery counties. That could be a strong or severe thunderstorm. That one's going to have more of the heating of the environment after we get a brief break. So that one could have a hail and wind risk and an isolated tornado risk. Again, so we don't want to close our eyes to that one later. And then overnight, it's kind of hinting at more coastal storms. So we've got to watch that. We've got to keep an eye on those things. And then take a look at Future Track through tomorrow. There you go. Through Thursday night. This is not the tropical moisture then. This will actually be the jet stream powered storms like what we've seen all spring. So a quick hitting front, which could bring us some powerful storms. It's not going to change our temperature that much, but that's in store for tomorrow. So several days of this now.
And I would say tomorrow, most of the risk is probably going to be with those gusty winds. Could see possibly some of that, some hail in certain instances, and also an isolated tornado cannot be ruled out. And that's also for today, too. We also have some spin going on. You can kind of see the spinning even right here on our Doppler. So you can kind of see we have a little bit of spin to work with. So it is possible that we could see an isolated weak tornado. So that is something we will obviously be watching during the day today. But all in all, our main risk is going to be that threat for flash flooding.
Yeah. So we're going to take, we're going to stay live on the stream, continue with this. Those of you on Facebook, over 1,000 of you, and we're also streaming on the app, and we're also going to stream to TV. Pretty remarkable to have the technology to do all three. We're going to do that in just a second for Good Morning America. How do you guys want to structure this? Do we want to do weather and then traffic, or do you want to start the cut-in? I think we're coming to be all in. Okay. So I will start and then toss to traffic. Okay, you guys just give us cues. So we're going to keep an eye on everything. Again, that heavier rain, again, what concerns me is it looks like radar's underestimating these bands that are now moving into the metro. Again, almost 10 inches of rain fell just to the south and west where that flash flood warning was. That's an extreme amount of rain. And it's crazy that radar's having trouble picking up on that. Last flooding, Sarah said the last time it flooded, it took me 4 hours to get home. Yeah, and unfortunately, that's what we could deal with. The roads, again, were built as the tributaries to take away the rainwater should we flood here in southeast Texas. Let's see, just got a post of Snoopy there. Thank you, Jason, for that. Let's see, when will the rain end? That's a good question. Widespread rain by late this afternoon, but still some isolated storms as we were talking about late into tonight and then into tomorrow. So we'll be watching that closely.
Yeah, so not a really good travel day. Kind of a good day to hunker down, kind of stay in one place if you can.
Okay. Okay. And Catherine, I know you have some traffic spots you're watching for us. What are you seeing?
Yeah, right now we're giving you a look at your drive as you travel into town, of course, dealing with high water spots across the Houston area. Definitely those low-lying spots you want to be especially careful around. Currently on 59, the northbound ramp to the 610 West Loop, that's one of our big trouble spots this morning with water collecting in that area. So watch for those delays there. Also on Spur 5 at Elgin, traffic there is also slow coming in on I-45, not too far from the U of H campus. Let's give you a live look outside. This is from our West Park Tollway camera, but looking down onto the 610 59 interchange. They're kind of panning this camera around, but hard to get through in this area because water is all but blocking that lane connecting you between 59 and 610. And here's a look at the backup behind that area right now. You can see that traffic is very heavy as you travel inbound. Those northbound lanes clogged up in the area. Also 45, the Gulf Freeway at Lockwood. We've got very heavy delays here as well, but thankfully that earlier stall has cleared, so traffic in that area is beginning to look a little bit better. Katy Freeway on your right and on the west side, eastbound and westbound lanes, you are still moving, but of course with all that rain coming down, it can make it very difficult to see traffic just a few feet in front of you at times. So those heavier raindrops, of course, and the fast rate of rainfall just makes it more of a challenge to get through the area. And of course, we're seeing the heavier traffic there on the inbound lanes compared to the outbound lanes. Traffic right now as you come in over on the north side, seeing those high water over on 45 North, the North Freeway, and then also even in some areas of Fort Bend County. So keep a close eye for that. Good morning, everyone. We are continuing to monitor high water spots across our area, as well as that rain continuing to come down. So traffic, of course, really dealing with a very difficult morning commute. We have two locations here in the Houston metro area of particular problems with high water. 59, the northbound ramp to the 610 West Loop, that is partially blocked due to water collecting on that ramp lane. And also Spur 5 at Elgin near U of H. So let's take you outside to give you a live look at that. Driving in here using the West Park Tollway camera to look down onto West Park Drive. Traffic here is very slow because part of that ramp is blocked due to water that's just collected right there. You can see the backup and the impact of that here on our Southwest Freeway cameras at West Park. Traffic just at a crawl in that location. Let's take you to the other side of town, 45 North at Hogan. Some improvement here. Earlier, part of the ramp connecting between 45 and I-10 was blocked off. It is now open and moving. But even though we're not seeing those high water spots here, that heavy rain coming down makes it very difficult to see. So make sure you're building in that extra following distance between you and the car in front of you. Colin, we'll send it over to you.
All right, Catherine, thank you for those updates. I want to bring your attention to the flash flood warning that's still ongoing to our south and west Fort Bend County. It is possible we'll see one for Harris County coming. So right now we're live streaming also on digital and all social media at ABC 13 Houston. Get our app, keep the audio on as you're driving. We're on all three streams and live on TV right now. And we'll go back over to social and digital after the TV cut in here is done in about 30 seconds or so. What I want to bring you is that so far we've had a report of almost 10 inches of rainfall just to our south and west. So this rain is being underestimated by radar. It's very possible we could see isolated spots seeing 10 or more inches of rainfall. It's coming down, and we're going to stick with you and keep you covered. Tom?
All right. Well, he was a star on the football field for the Oilers, but will Eddie George do the same thing on the stage? We'll talk to him today as he has the lead in the traveling production of the musical Chicago. That's today at 4. We'll update you online coming up right after this.
All right, good morning. We're back. Those of you still sticking with the stream, I have a couple of you commenting and saying I can't get TV right now, or if you have power outages, that's why Facebook streaming and live streaming from the app is so valuable. What did you see?
One lady I want to get to is up in New Caney. She was asking, she wanted to know what was going on there. So here's a little bit of a closer look for you. It looks like just some light rain right now. Could be getting in some moderate rain pretty soon, but right now you're not doing too bad there.
Let's see. Cynthia says her daughter is stuck in Wharton and high water. Please be careful. Again, those are the spots. Again, that's where we really, because Doppler radar estimates are really showing lower amounts, and because it's hard to look directly into tropical moisture the same way you do normal thunderstorms, I am concerned that heavier rain is falling down there. So we are getting reports of some high water in spots down in Fort Bend County and Wharton counties. Again, that's all moving in our direction. Yeah, there's some of the rainfall totals. Rachel, tell me where these are and I'll zoom in on them.
So I'm actually looking right near the Colorado River in Wharton, and it's coming in the past 6 hours around 8.5 inches, so 8.5 inches of rainfall just over the past 6 hours. In the last hour they saw about 1.5, and then past 2 hours they've seen over 4 inches.
All right, we're going to go back to Tom at the anchor desk.
Yes, we are. And Catherine Marchand now live from Highway 288 at the Beltway, where they are seeing the water pile up this morning. Catherine, what's the situation where you are?
I see that.
Oh.
Hey, good morning, Tom. So let me just take you outside so you can see what I am seeing this morning. This is on the Beltway. We are just about to hit 288, and we're actually on our way to Fort Bend County right now because the sheriff's office there tweeted that they're having some issues in Kendleton. The sheriff's office tweeted that Snake Creek is out of its banks, flooding main lanes. It is passable, but they're asking people to take it very slow, and they do say that they have deputies on location there. So we are going to go and check out that area in Fort Bend County. Still at this point, though, we're probably about an hour away from there. We've been really driving around the east side of Harris County this morning and checking out any potential trouble spots there. There was an issue this morning on I-10 eastbound, or I-10 east, the westbound lanes rather, that has been cleared since. But we're going to keep heading to Fort Bend County. We'll be sure to update you if we do see anything on our way to Kendleton this morning.
All right, Catherine Marchand live, thanks. And there are certainly some infamous spots that flood, or almost seemingly flood, every time it rains in Houston. One is Highway 288 at Olmeda, Genoa, and that's where Jeff Ealing is live now. And Jeff, what's the latest from there?
Good morning, Tom. Yeah, throughout the morning, we have been traveling up and down 288. We went all the way from Houston, all the way down to Freeport, turned around and came all the way back just to make sure that the road conditions were okay. What we have been seeing lately, though, is some ponding on the feeder roads, especially the entrance ramps coming into 288. And there's a really good reason for that. There is a very large, very intense construction project. If you live in this area, you know what I'm talking about. It goes all the way from basically downtown Houston down to Brazoria County line and beyond. And that construction project, because it is in the middle of this project, there are going to be some issues created because of that. We saw one of those problems earlier today when we were driving northbound on 288 over at Southmore. That exit was closed because there was high water covering the entrance ramp going on to 288 northbound at Southmore. The problem was there was a storm drain that had been clogged. We got out there and looked at that. The guy was pulling out all this stuff. There were grass he was pulling out, a cardboard box he pulled out, but the main thing that he pulled out were pieces of plastic that clearly came from an accident that happened at some point before this storm started. Now, I did talk to TxDOT, and I called officials there, and they told me that the person who came out to clear that drain was part of the construction consortium doing the work on 288 from downtown to the Brazoria County line. That was not a TxDOT employee, but rather a construction consortium employee who got out there and cleared that storm drain. And we did ask, do you clear these things out or try to clear them out prior to a rain event? The answer was yes. TxDOT does that, and this consortium group of workers, they also try to do that as well. Now, why did that particular drain clog up? Was that accident something that was recent? Did it come from a surface street possibly and got flooded down into the storm drain? That's something that could have happened there. But for the most part, most of these entrance ramps and exit ramps are going to be okay, but where there are temporary concrete barriers, where they're rebuilding the entrance ramp or the exit ramp, we have seen some ponding going on there as well. In fact, just south of here, County Road 59, that is in the Brazoria County zone of this construction project. There was some standing water on the entrance ramp going north onto 280 as well. Cars had to slow down. They could get through it. It wasn't like it was impassable or anything like that, but certainly would be a cause of concern if you had a smaller car. Big trucks, no problem getting through it. And when we got through without any issue as well, and talked to TxDOT about that, and they say, those things are probably going to pop up as this construction project, continues. We also spoke with a couple of drivers here this morning just a few moments ago, and they said on a good day, because of the construction, you're going to have traffic backup. You add the water, some of this ponding going on, and all of a sudden you've got pretty severe backups. And just a second ago, as we were coming north on 288, we saw on the southbound lane, it looked like a driver maybe had hydroplaned and gotten turned around. HFD had a fire truck out on the southbound lanes of 288, actually blocking a couple of those lanes. So the southbound, the outbound lanes were starting to back up. The inbound lanes were backed up when we first got to where we are here at Alameda Genoa. But as I look over on 288, it seems to be flowing pretty good now, but that's probably one of those things where you can cross your fingers and hope you just sort of get in that right gap, because it is starting to slow down a little bit just north here. Basically, we're south of the Beltway, and that's an area that is seeing extreme construction going on. So, you definitely want to give yourself plenty of time, as you normally would with the construction going on, but a lot more now because of the rain, and you start adding in high water spots, you start adding in hydroplane cars or even minor traffic accidents, and the commute is going to be really bad really fast. So just keep that in mind as you're coming this way. Workers are aware of these issues. In fact, the storm drain that we saw earlier today, that actually popped up on the TransStar cameras, and TxDOT and the construction consortium were able to dispatch somebody out there to get that taken care of. And I got to tell you, as soon as that worker got out there, maybe 5 or 10 minutes later, all of that debris was removed from the storm drain, and that was no longer a problem. So that's the kind of thing that TxDOT and the construction folks are hoping that they're able to continue to do throughout this rain event. Here goes another one of those construction workers that's part of the consortium group through this area here. But again, not too bad, but it is slowing down as you get close to the Beltway, and probably beyond that going into town. As Catherine's been mentioning, there are quite a few high water spots all over our area, guys.
All right, Jeff Feeling, thank you. Of course, there are high water spots all across the area, as Jeff just said. One of those is Highway 59 at the West Loop, where we saw water maybe a foot deep, but drivers still trying to get through it this morning. Now, if you want to find out where the high water spots are, where the rain is headed next, just get our ABC 13 app. It is easy to download. It'll give you those road conditions right to your smartphone, and it's the ABC 13 mobile app. All right, let's go to Courtney Fisher now. She is live on Highway 59 near the West Loop, and I see that water piling up behind you. The car's still trying to get through.
Yeah, that's right, Tom. It's been like this for the last couple hours or so, and really everyone is kind of
just moved over to one lane, and then we're watching cars. Some of them, it's pretty dicey. Look at this little red Hyundai. The water is coming up over the tires, and so they're kind of taking it one by one. I don't know if you can see. It's unclear if that's with the sheriff's deputy who's parked in a pickup truck by here, if that's what he's kind of how he's been monitoring traffic. But one by one, you see these vans, trucks, SUVs, slow cars taking their chances, and it has not panned out for everyone, guys. We've seen a couple stranded drivers. I don't know if you can see some flashing lights pass through the tree up on the ramp, but that driver actually stalled out trying to get through this water. In the last hour or so, that's when that Harris County Sheriff's deputy arrived. And actually, we've also seen some people make it about halfway and then decide, this isn't for me, I'm going to turn around. I tweeted at Houston Police, I tweeted at the Sheriff's Office trying to ask, what do you do when you're stuck? In this case, these cars can't really pull over once they make it halfway. Do you turn around? Probably not the safest idea, but some people have been doing that, feeling like they won't be able to get through this water without stalling their cars. Again, this is 59 North headed onto the 610 ramp. Traffic just bottlenecking as all of those cars, trucks move over to one side and slowly try and get through this water. It's not only deep, but guys, I don't know if you really see the movement out here. It is got a current to it, It's lapping against these cars and trucks. So that's another issue with some of these lower vehicles trying to get through and trying to do it without their cars getting stalled. So it's difficult to see if the water's gone down out here. The deputy kind of at the end of this area is allowing people to go through. Obviously, he's out here monitoring it, so we can assume that these drivers are doing the right thing. But obviously, a lot of people taking their own chances when they decide to do it. For now, we'll send it back to you, Tom.
All right, thank you, Courtney. And of course, we do have more reporters out there, and we'll be bringing you those stories coming up. This is a tweet from Fort Bend County where they say it is a busy morning on the western side of Fort Bend County, and that today, with the flood advisory, flood warning, and flash flood warning, you need to watch out for water on the road. 6 inches of rain, at least, has fallen there, and that's caused a 9-inch rise in the San Bernard River. This is a tweet from the Fort Bend County Office of Emergency Management. The levels of the Brazos River are okay so far, but this was an alert sent out by the Fort Bend County Office of Emergency Management just a few minutes ago. So you see the problem that we're facing now in Fort Bend County, and all that rain is headed up here to Houston as you take another live look at 288. And this, again, is one of those trouble spots. Jeff Ealing was just at 288 in Almeda, Genoa. You saw the water building there, and there are so many other spots in this town where there are high water spots. And summer classes are canceled. Summer classes in, is it Wharton ISD, they are telling me. Summer classes have been canceled at Wharton ISD. We'll give you an update on all those cancellations on ABC 13 here, and we'll update you in a crawl across the bottom of the screen. Some students who were in summer classes are being taken home at Wharton ISD. So if your child is one of those, they will be taken home, or maybe you can get a hold of the school to pick them up. But it is a mess out there in Fort Bend County, especially near Wharton and along the rivers there. Some of the creeks rising out of their banks, the sheriff's office is telling us this morning. So let's get an idea on the latest where that rain is headed. Let's go back to Colin Myers and Rachel Bryars.
And it actually looks like we just got a new flash flood warning out.
Let's see it pop up here.
We'll see it pop up in just a moment, but we are still looking at that heavy rainfall, especially still over, the Wharton area. Now, this flash flood warning, it is for portions of Austin, Brazoria, Fort Bend, Jackson, Matagorda, and Wharton counties until 9:45 a.m.
Right. Let's go ahead and click on that warning data and see what it says. And again, we're going to wait for it to pop up here on the screen.
So we're seeing between already today in this area, 6 to 7 inches of rain have already fallen, and flash flooding is already occurring. So again, it's going to be kind of over the same area that we have seen this warning during the day today. And again, that will go until 9:45 a.m. And we have even seen, some reports coming in at over 8.5 inches over in the Wharton area. And I know a lot of y'all over there saying you're seeing a lot of that flash flooding.
Yeah, for downtown Wharton up, it looks like all the way up 59. Yes, this has not hit Harris County yet. Moderate to heavy rainfall still occurring, but we're going to see more of this pulled in. It almost looks like we're on the dirty side, the east side of a tropical cyclone. If you can kind of imagine that it's over here to our west, and you see the spin right there. Notice how it's just pulling bands up to the north, repeated bands of rainfall. These are headed in our direction. What's down near Angleton, Bay City, and again, Angleton, Lake Jackson, I was worried about you as well for heavy rainfall because this is going to continue to train over you. Already we've seen spots in the Southwest Metro that I think have seen 2 to 3 inches. West University, what's the highest total coming in now? Again, we're going to have to refresh that a lot. But
we're just north of Humble. It actually looks like we have a report of 2.72 inches there, so a little over 2.5.
So almost 3.
Almost 3. Around the inner loop, we are looking at around 1.5 to 2 inches of rainfall in the last 6 hours. I saw a question somebody had asked about how much rain has fallen in Katy. It looks like the highest total we have coming in from there is around 1.5 inches, and that's really what we are seeing generally across Harris County. We are anywhere between an inch or even up to around 2.5 inches, in some areas closer to that 3-inch mark. So definitely the rainfall causing some issues, especially on those low-lying areas. So if you are still planning on trying to get out and drive in this, make sure you take it slow and just try to avoid those areas flood. And we actually have more information on areas that usually flood, and also more information on reports of flooding on abc13.com that you can check out. So some great resources there too.
Right. Again, still watching this, a lot of people saying, hey, Houston's still doing just fine. We've got no issues with creeks or bayous. Yeah, that's exactly right right now. But as this tropical rainfall tries to make its way in further and further, again, radar's underestimating this. And so I was shocked to even see that flash flood warning down to the south and west was only for 2 to 3 inches of rainfall, and all of a sudden you have spots reading 9 inches. So that's definitely one thing. And I know you wanted to mention up near College Station as well, in which they were dropped out of the flash flood watch, and they shouldn't have been. And it looks like just a flood advisory there, but they've seen 5 to 6 inches. Yeah,
so College Station also under a flood advisory, and we've been hearing of some issues of flash flooding there. And part of the issue with that too is also, I believe, poor drainage in some areas. So if you are planning on heading up to College Station, you're going to be getting in some of those floodwaters.
Right. Well, thank you for joining us. Again, if we get a flash flood warning over Harris County, we'll be sure to jump in as well. Let's go right to Catherine with traffic and see the latest updates on that.
Yeah, this is definitely not a morning you want to be out and about. It's best to stay at home if you can, just because even though we're not seeing widespread flooding across town, it's just a mess getting from point A to point B, and lots of very heavy slowdowns even beyond the bulk of the morning rush. So again, our 2 trouble spots here in Houston, 59 northbound at the 610 West Loop, that ramp filling up with water, have 1 lane getting by, but still very slow. And in fact, the reports of those slowdowns beyond that location, if you're trying to get from the Beltway to 610, it could take as long as 45 minutes to make that trek, even as we get past 9 o'clock in the morning. Also, Spur 5 at Elgin dealing with low-lying areas there that have collected water, so watch for delays in that location. Let's take you out to give you a live look from the West Park Tollway onto the ramp lane between 59 and 610. You can see just 1 line of traffic getting through in that area. And I know we saw Courtney Fisher reporting out there. Traffic, the backup behind it, what you couldn't see from her live shot is just how thick and heavy that traffic is backed up behind that partial closure. So a reminder, if you're trying to get out and about this morning, it is especially slow. And here's the Southwest Freeway at Chimney Rock in that same general area. Traffic appears to not even be budging in this location. So a very painfully slow commute. And for drivers trying to get through on that ramp lane, you only have 1 lane to work with on 59 northbound to 610. Already a very congested area pretty much any time of the day, but especially during that morning rush. Let's give you a look at the other side of town. For those of you trying to come into town on 45, the Gulf Freeway, we have some slowdowns there, but thankfully our earlier stalls are now gone. And the earlier flooding that we saw there close to downtown near Spur 5, that's still there, but we have traffic able to get through in that location. Also want to show you in Fort Bend County a couple of spots dealing with high water on the freeway main lanes of 59. So 59 northbound at 2919, both directions of traffic being affected by water sitting on the freeway. You can see that we've overlaid radar on top of our traffic maps. You can see that rain is still continuing to come down in that spot. So really no relief for those drivers in that area. And even though the water is covering, traffic is still able to pass in that location, but very carefully, of course. 59 northbound to FM 360, another spot dealing with high water on the freeway main lanes as well. So be especially careful there. in the Beasley area. Outbound lanes looking a little better in that spot, but northbound, that's where we have water sitting on those freeway lanes. Of course, still a very painfully slow drive into town today, so you have places to be. Think about holding off while you can or waiting for a break, and be especially careful around those low-lying areas. We've also shared that list of locations in Houston that are most likely to flood. We've tweeted that out. Be sure to check that out before you head out and about today. Tom.
Thanks, Catherine. Let's take you to Jeff Ealing now, is at Highway 288 at the Beltway, We're seeing a lot of problems this morning. I guess we always see problems when it rains heavily in Houston. So, Jeff, what's the situation there now? I see emergency trucks on the scene. That looks like a fire truck there, blocking off the road.
Yeah, Tom, you've got just about everything you need in one picture right here. You've got an emergency truck blocking one lane. You've got construction cones. And just beyond that fire truck, there is a car that has smashed into the construction barricade. So basically what it appears to us has happened out here is possibly that driver hydroplaned and lost control of their vehicle and slammed into the barricade there. That's causing one lane of traffic to get by. That's all at this point. This is 288 southbound. And as you can see from this shot here, we are just before the construction zone right here at the Beltway. So no one was hurt in this accident, but certainly when you add in the rain, you add in the construction, you add in traffic on the morning commute, this is the kind of thing that can take place. Jesus Amaya, my photographer, he was just outside just a second ago. Jesus, everybody looks like they're okay out there, right? Yeah, it looks like everybody's okay. We did see an HFD ambulance come here, but people were walking around, so I don't think there's any serious problems here. We do need to sort of make our way around this accident, so we're going to go ahead and give that a shot as we talk to you. But this is the kind of traffic trouble that you can expect anytime we get sustained rainfall here in the Houston area. Yeah, and as I'm looking at this, it's not a serious accident. It's a one vehicle accident. It does look like the person, the driver, whoever it was, spun around. 288 has definitely been an issue, especially with all of this construction. We've seen entrance ramps and exit ramps that had standing water and some feeder road areas that had some standing water. We did talk to a couple of drivers who have this commute, on a normal everyday basis. They say that it gets backed up because of the construction, but when you start adding in the rainfall that we're seeing, these rain totals that we're seeing, then things get even worse pretty quickly. So definitely give yourself plenty of extra time as we try to make our way through all of this as well. Again, this is the Beltway you're looking at here. We're taking a right turn onto the Beltway feeder road from 288 southbound, so we're just north of the Pearland area. And if you live here, it's construction. There's two construction zones, one by TxDOT, a group of a consortium of construction firms that are building out 288, and then Brazoria County takes it from their point further. So yeah, it's a lot of work going on out here, and I'm not surprised to see some of these accidents pop up, Tom.
All right. Thank you, Jeff. We'll keep an eye on that, and we'll keep an eye on the roads with some of our reporters. In fact, many of our reporters driving in this morning. This was Pooja Lodi just a few minutes ago tweeting out, if you're going anywhere this morning, give yourself plenty of extra time. That's her as she was driving down I-45 just south of downtown. So it is a mess out there this morning. If you can stay home for the next couple of hours, maybe 3 or 4 hours, maybe some of that rain will be moving out. It's expected to move out this afternoon, but then there will be scattered showers all evening long, even until tomorrow, as our meteorologists are maintaining their eyes, watching that radar this morning and checking on those trouble spots. Fort Bend County, some of the biggest trouble spots in Fort Bend County. They've got high water there, especially near Wharton, where there was some flooding reported. Again, as you see Pooja's tweet there from downtown Houston, so you see the rain coming down. Although, really, the streets have been maintained pretty well here with the high water this morning. All right, let's get the another shot. I'm not sure who this is driving. This is someone we have on 59 in Stafford. The rain seems to have let up a little bit there. But Colin and Rachel, as we look at the radar, it obviously says that we're not out of this yet by any means.
No, exactly. You're exactly right. We're not. And Jeff just posted something to Twitter. And again, he was, where was he? Near 288, the entrance ramp at County Road 59, and some pretty high water there. He even drove into it. But he, again, is in the safe big truck that we have, that vehicle. And again, the water wasn't super high where he was. Nothing like some of the spots that we have seen. Again, we've seen some spots up on the North Freeway that Catherine Whaley was showing us, it looked like some very high water on some of those spots. What's the latest you're seeing? Again, we just saw images coming from College Station that are just remarkable. I am shocked that we're not getting more flash flood warnings than this. Now, speaking with our colleagues at the Weather Service, they have internet issues right now, but we're seeing some heavy rainfall totals, and I think a lot of this is going to continue moving over the area. As Jeff Leonard did mention this, and I want to give him credit here. So far, a lot of heavy rain has not made it quite to Houston. We've seen 2 to 4 inches widespread, but that doesn't mean it's not going to. You see the heavy rain to our south and west. Again, that tropical moisture, it kind of, like we were talking about, Rachel, kind of looks like as if this were a tropical system. Notice right here, you kind of have that spin, and we're on the eastern sides of this, pulling up those rain bands. We've got more and more bands developing down near Sargent, down near Angleton, Lake Jackson, that are going to be pulling into southern sides of the metro, Brazoria, and Harris counties.
And generally, I saw a question about where it's moving and how fast. Generally, it's trying to move off to the northeast, but just like he said, there's a little bit of spin, so it's not allowing it to really move on out of the area. But I would say generally to the northeast between 15 to 20 miles per hour, but this is not going to be gone in the next few hours. This is something that's going to stick around throughout the rest of this morning and even into the early afternoon. It's going to be in the later afternoon hours into the early evening when we should start to see this become a little bit less widespread. Does that mean we're not going to see any more rain? No, not necessarily. We're still going to be looking at the chance for some scattered rainfall this evening, but I would say the most widespread rain will mainly confine itself to the morning into the early afternoon. So a pretty busy day.
And again, widespread spots, 3 to 5 inches look like they're in place. Certainly spots in Houston have already seen right around the metro 2 to 3 inches of rainfall. So I think widespread spots of 3 to 5, not out of the question. Isolated spots as high as 10 inches as what we're seeing out there right now. I have some of you on Twitter right now. Follow us at Rachel ABC13, at Colin ABC13. You'll find us on everything. I'm streaming live on Instagram right now at Colin ABC13. We're trying to reach as many viewers in as many different spots as possible. Earlier, you saw us do a live stream on TV, on the app, online, and on social media, on Facebook, all at the same time. I've never seen that before. So really good to have that capability, especially if you don't have an area where you could see TV, or if you're driving, you turn on our app, which you download, you can customize where you are and just listen to the audio while you're driving. That's safe. You put the phone down. All right, right now I want to zoom in out on radar. First of all, that one flash flood warning, I'm surprised this is the only one we have right now, quite frankly. Continues until 9:45, so about 20 more minutes. We'll see what they do with that. Again, you can see that weak spinning area right over East Bernard there. That's kind of where all of this is. It's circulating around that. That's one of the locations of weak spin coming in from this disturbance. But also now it's pulling in heavier bands of rainfall just now over Missouri City. Take a look at some of the reds in here mixing in. And again, radar's underestimating some of this deep rainfall. The atmosphere is carrying quite a bit more rain than it typically does. So radar sometimes cannot pick up on that as accurate as it is. It misses some of that. So right now, heavy rain moving through Missouri City, approaching the Southwest Freeway, also moving up towards Addicks Reservoir now, Jersey Village, the West Loop, even the Beltway up towards Bush Airport, Humble. Looks like all heavy rain pockets, and just now Kingwood and New Caney starting to see more moderate rainfall as well. What else are you seeing? Now, it looks like that's a Doppler radar estimated rainfall.
Yes, if you want to pull up the estimated rainfall, just to kind of
just to get an idea of it, and hopefully it does pull up on here and we can see that. Okay, so I'm going to have to pull this up.
But what we're basically seeing on it right now is that we are looking at, right there. I mean, you can see kind of where the bullseye of rainfall
so
has
let's sample the numbers. There you go, 6.7, 7 inches.
So you could even add on to that.
I think that underestimates it a little bit as what we've been seeing. 4.5. These are southwest of Rosenberg, southwestern Fort Bend County. Let's actually zoom in closer towards Sugar Land and parts of the metro. Again, a little over an inch, but look towards NRG, almost 2 inches. But again, this is that makes sense. This is underestimating the deep tropical rainfall by about, it looks like about 3/4. About 75% of it ish. Live look memorial camera as heavy rain continues to come down. Let's go back over to radar. So again, spots that were showing 2 inches there, 3 inches here. Looks like could be closer to 3 or 4 inches. We are under the high risk for flash flooding today. Just got a tweet from @Rocco on Twitter. He said it's crazy here, and he's in the South Metro. What are you seeing
So it looks like that current flash flood warning that we do have out
Right.
for parts of Wharton, Fort Bend, Matagorda, and Jackson County will actually be updated and could actually be expanded. And so we're going to probably see that change at around 9:45.
Will that carry into Harris County? Do we know that? Ask them on that real quick. I want to see if that carries into Harris, because if it does, we may break in on TV. Those of you watching us right now, this is the benefit of doing a live stream and having our app downloaded. You're seeing this decision making. You're seeing everything live as it happens before, if we need to cut into TV or if we need to break in, you're getting the live updates now. So we're going to ask and see if they're considering including even southwestern parts of Harris County at all. Just see if they include any of it. Again, getting crazy pictures on social media. So send us wherever you are. If you're in a safe spot, let us know what you're seeing. If it's any risk at all, don't do it. But again, still watching that heavy rain moving into the Southwest Metro. Let's check with Catherine Whaley and traffic. And I'm especially interested in southwestern parts of the Metro. What are you seeing?
Yeah, southwestern parts of the metro area. That's been a problem for us all morning long with dealing with the Southwest Freeway. That's where the heavier rain started, and we're still seeing that water collecting there at the 59-610 interchange. But I want to take you first to 45 the Gulf Freeway at the 610 South Loop. And Transtar has actually zoomed their camera out a little bit here, so it's hard to see. But there is, in fact, some water collecting on that ramp lane connecting you from 45 onto 610. This is one of those notorious trouble spots we see anytime there's a lot of rain at one time. This is where things really start to collect and hold water. Thankfully, though, when they were zoomed in a little bit earlier, I can show you that traffic is still getting by on that location there near 59 and 610. So here's a look right now at some video that we captured earlier on the Southwest Freeway in Southwest Houston. Just incredible to see this video right here. It looks like a river or like a lake with that water just collecting on that ramp lane. Very unusual spot to see this. Traffic is able to get by on that one left lane, but really struggling to pass through. And this is a very busy interchange right in the heart of the Galleria area where all that construction is as well. So we've got heavy morning traffic. We've got the interchange road work, and now, yes, the flooding collecting and that water collecting in the area. So one lane getting through on 59 northbound at the 610 interchange, 59 getting through, but that ramp lane still partially blocked due to high water. Let's take you to our next camera, give you a live look at that location from our Houston Transtar cameras. This is using the West Park Tollway camera looking down onto West Park Drive and then onto the 610 West Loop interchange from 59. Still have one line of traffic getting through in that area. 59, though, is open and no lanes affected there, except that you are dealing with a massive backup as a result of the bottleneck from 610 and 59 and that closure. Here's a live look at the Southwest Freeway at Chimney Rock, where that traffic is incredibly heavy, just stacked up on the northbound lanes. Even the feeder road also slowed down because people are trying to escape those backups and delays and find those alternate routes. And that really has been our heaviest